Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Moe'S Culture Show and Tell, and this is the second part of my ranking of Rush. Now, the top 10. And again, some of these I wish I could have probably rated a little higher or lower, and some of these are very much interchangeable. And if you see my other episode, you've seen the ones that I chose to be the least ones. But these ones, yeah, these ones start getting better and better as they go along. Now, at number 10, Counterpart. Yes. I mean, a strong album. I really love it. I mean, it starts off strong with Animate and Stick It Out. There's Cut to the Chase, Nobody's Hero. That side one it's so awesome. But my favorite song on this actually is Between Sun and Moon. It's some of my favorite. It's probably my some of my favorite singing from Geddy Lee. I love the way he. I love the way he sings it. Um, Leave That Thing Alone. Another killer instrumental that I really love. So this has to be in the top 10 for sure because it's such a great album, but it is number 10, unfortunately, because other stuff has to get a little bit higher than this. Have to rank it somewhere. Now, yeah, at number 9, and again, I wish I could have ranked this a little higher, but it's Farewell to Kings. Because it has the title track of Farewell to Kings. There's Xanadu, which is always a good track. I mean, Closer to the Heart. I mean, it's such a good song. And Cinderella Man is also a great song. The weakest song, Madrigal, thankfully is only 2.5 minutes long, so it's the shortest song on the album, but still a great song. I love it and appreciate it. And then there's Cygnus X1, which is awesome. It is really it's not too long of an album. It's only like what 36 minutes long. It was the last one I played actually this weekend after it was suggested from the with the CD exchange with Larry Graves and Glenn Calloway and the rest of them, that this was brought up as something that should be listened to, and I had to listen to it again. So I listened to it maybe 2 days ago, and yeah, it really holds up, and that's why it ranked a little higher in my list in the top 10. So this is at number 9. Now, I do count this one as an album, even though it's an album of covers, and I have to put Rush's Feedback, because they kill these songs. They do such an awesome job, and this is why this is at number 8, because I love all the songs they do on here. The Summertime Blues, Heart Full of Soul, For What It's Worth, The Seeker, Mr. Soul, 7 and 7 Is, Shapes of Things, and Crossroads. It's so good. It's not too long of an album, and they never do cover songs. They never do cover songs on anything. So they said, "Whoa, if we're going to do cover songs, let's do a whole album of cover songs." And that's what they did with Feedback. And that's why this is at number 8, because it's spectacular. I really love it. And yeah, this is something I'm going to need to play again very soon because I think it's awesome. Now at the number 7 position, and as a debut album, the self-titled debut album, Before Neil, but still, I mean, it's so raw and so and has a certain flavor. I mean, yeah, it's such a it's such a great album. I mean, this is why has to be at the number 7. Is it 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, there's some really great songs. Finding My Way, Need Some Love, Take a Friend, Here Again, What You're Doing, In the Mood. I always loved In the Mood. before and after, and then of course Working Man, which is they play that on every show. Every show they do, they always have to throw in Working Man, no matter what. And yeah, that's why this is in the top 10 for sure, because it's such a strong debut album, and it really deserves recognition. It's one of it's yeah, it's good. Now, of course, this has to be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, this is in number 6 position. Fly By Night, the very first album with Neil, and oh, it has such great songs. It's like it starts with Anthem, Best I Can, Beneath, Between, and Behind. I really love Bytor and the Snow Dog. Fly By Night is just awesome. Making Memories is really good. Rivendell, the weakest song on the album, but still it doesn't detract from all the greatness of the rest of it. But I still think it's still a good song, and I still like it. I'll never skip it or anything. And then there's In the End, a great way to end off an album. So yeah, this album is of course has to be at number 6. Now, if you're keeping track, you might see where I'm going, because I got 5 left. So we're in the top 5. So yeah, in the number 5 position, Clockwork Angels, for their last final album. There's no synthesizer on there. I love the live performances they did with the string section, and like they had a nice 7 piece, I think 7 piece string section in it, and it's such a strong album. I love every song on this. There's not a weak song whatsoever. Everything from Caravan, the title track of Clockwork Angels, The Anarchist, Carnies, Halo Effects, Seven Cities of Gold, The Wreckers, Headlong Flight, Wish Them Well, The Garden, and then there's of course Bu2b2. Yeah, it's a great album, and I love it. This is why this is at number 5. I think it's fantastic. And now, at the number 4 position, yeah, it has to be Vapor Trails. This is such a good album. I love it. I love everything on this. I mean, One Little Victory, such a great opening track. So it comes off really strong. Ceiling Unlimited, Ghost Rider, Peaceable Kingdom, The Stars Look Down, How It Is. Uh, there's Vapor Trail, this title track, Secret Touch, Earth Shine. Earth Shine is another, probably my second favorite song on there, and it has a freeze, which is the fourth part of the Fear, not trilogy, but saga. I'll call it a saga. Yeah, and Out of the Cradle, a great ending track. Yeah, and this is the remix. You don't want just the normal Vapor Trail, because it's so like the other, before they did the remix, the other one was so compressed and gave people headaches, actually, because it wasn't mixed well. This here it's really a great album. That's why this is at number 4, because it's so strong. It's such a strong album. Oh, we're getting into the top 3. Which ones did I choose as the yeah? Okay, at number 3, you gotta hand it to Hemispheres. I love Hemispheres. I mean, the whole side 1, the 18 minutes of Cygnus X Book 2, which is the second part to what's at the end of Farewell to Kings. Yeah, so Cygnus X1 is at the end of Farewell to Kings, and if you put this right after Farewell to Kings, it starts part 2 of the Cygnus, and yeah, I mean, from Hemispheres to Prelude, and yeah, the whole side one is awesome. But then you turn it over, and then you start off with Circumstances, and then The Trees, and then La Villa Stragiato. Probably up there in one of my favorite instrumentals of all time, because it's such an awesome song, and yeah, I love this album. I could put this on anytime and just let the whole thing play, and just it transports you into another realm. It's again into their more experimental foray, and yeah, that's why this is at number three. No matter what, it has to be, because it's such a strong album, and yeah, it's up there. Now, which one is going to be number two and which one is going to be number one? I mean, of course, when you talk about Rush, these two albums here come to the forefront. They have to, because they're such amazing albums. They really transform their music, and it's their two most popular albums, and for good reason, because it's just so strong. But I have to pick one as number two and the other one as number one. Ooh, and that was and interchangeable. I would say interchangeable, because I had to pick one or the other. So which one? Oh gosh, oh gosh. Again, I it's so hard to decide, because yeah, hmm, yeah. This is number two. Yeah, I have to bite down on the bullet and rate this number two by a small margin. I mean, because it has the whole side one of 2112 with the overture. It's such a strong side one. I mean, then you turn it over and it starts off with A Passage to Bangkok, The Twilight Zone, Lessons, Tears, and then a great finisher with Something for Nothing. Because, yeah, yeah. I mean, I wish I could rank this number one. It could be number one. It could have been number one. I mean, these are interchangeable, but yeah, this is number one. This is number one simply because Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, not YYZ, YYZ, because that is such a killer sound. And most people's would say it's their favorite instrumental of Rush, and it's definitely in my top two. If that, like, in my top three, and I can't even pick an order for the Rush instrumentals, but my top three would be Malignant Narcissism, um, La Villa Stragiato, and YYZ. Those are my three favorite Rush instrumentals, and maybe probably, yeah, YYZ would probably be the top with yeah, it's, yeah, again, I have a hard time rating those instrumentals. And of course you got Limelight, The Camera Eye, Witch Hunt, and Vital Signs. Such a strong album all around. There's not a weak song on this. And yeah, just for Tom Sawyer, YYZ, and Limelight alone. And then you throw in Red Barchetta, yeah. This has to be number one. But again, it's a close, like, 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 like 0.001 of a difference, between the two. And that's how close it is. But when you have to twist my arm to get me to rank one over the other, yeah, it has to be this one. And maybe tomorrow it could be this one, because they're both really fantastic and worth getting into. If you're going to start with any Rush albums, I would say start with these. Maybe start with this one here, because it is a little bit more standard, but then but this blew people's minds back in the day, and put them in the spotlight. So there we go. There's my ranking of the of all 20 of the Rush albums. And within the next few days, probably not tomorrow or the next day, but maybe Monday, I'm going to rank the not instrumentals, but the live stuff. I mean, I have a few here. And plus a couple more I want to show you that I have on CD. And so when I go through those, I'll rate those. But for now, I'm all done and dusted and ready to let you go until next time. So, as always, be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everyone, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.